Oh, that's a great start. Had my game freezing earlier, and now we're already blue screening, and I'm not even 20 seconds in. But anyways, hello everyone, Bubble Ninja 720 here, bringing you part 71 of my live stream playthrough for Final Fantasy 14. I want to go ahead and finish the firmament stoofles. I wanted to do that earlier, but ran out of time. So I'm gonna do a double stream today, so y'all won't in the future, no matter, because you'll just be able to go straight to the next video. But for those in the present, will be delightfully rewarded with a bonus stream today. Almost at 68 for Leatherworker. I guess we'll do that. Let's go Leatherworker. Will you be heading to the firmament, my lord? Just say the word and I will show you through. Okay, thank you. I gotta go talk with Frankel. Because I want to get this unlocked so that way I could completely steamroll boost my crafting and gathering. And I want to also start getting, whatchamacallit, firmament tokens. I think they're FET tokens and whatever. So I could buy stuff like, whatchamacallit, there's glam, there's dye, there's a bunch of other junk. And there's FETs going on right now. There you are, hero. I bid you welcome to the firmament. As you can see, the rebuilding itself is complete. This is but the beginning, however, and we must now turn our attention to the running of the district. We have much more to do, but speaking to the people has stoked the fires of my determination. I want to make the firmament into a vibrant, thriving district where highborn and lowborn alike may live side by side in harmony. Yet I would be lying were I to say the task does not daunt me. There is a limit to what I can achieve, especially given Halionard's diminished influence. Have I come at a bad time? Count Edmont. To what do we owe the honor? Lest you forget, I am Count de Fortemps no more, just a retired old man. As for my presence here, Emelin reported that Hero was in Ishgard, and I thought I would make a social call. You'll forgive me my eavesdropping, but it seems the reconstruction project is not immune to the uncertainty that has accompanied our nation's transition to a republic. Hero, I am given to understand that the other nations have established residential districts for adventurer use. Is this true? Yes, I have a house in one. Sorry, I've been living under a rock. Oh, I'm gonna be polite. There are districts specifically for adventurer use, and you possess an abode in one such place. I should like to pay you a visit one day, my friend. It's still in the works. The truth is, our nation is divided by a gulf. While the redistribution of wealth may go some ways towards closing this gulf, it shall not lead to true independence for the masses. We must ask ourselves, in this new age in which we live, what role should each one of us play? In pondering this dilemma, I believe that we may draw inspiration from adventurers in their independent lives. Independent lives. If we were to translate this into the firmament, might it not assume the form of self-administration? It seems you have found a spark, in which case this old man's ramblings have served their purpose. I shall pray for your success, Lord Frankel. Your words are as a beacon in the dark, my lord. Thank you. Well, hero, you seem to be occupied at present, so I will leave you to your tasks. But when next we meet, I hope to be regaled with your recent adventures. As ever, our Fortemps Manor is at your disposal should you need a rest. Thank you very much. You're done talking, Frankel, because I'm itching to meet your hero friend. Yes, forgive me for the wait. Hero, permit me to introduce you to Augubert. Formerly an engineer of our house, he now serves as the project's chief foreman. It is thanks to his leadership on site that I am able to focus my energies on the administrative aspects of the reconstruction. Frankel's told me all about you, hero. First you saved the whole bleeding nation, now you're helping us rebuild it brick by brick. What can I say except it's great to have you on board. If you have any questions about the work, I'd be happy to field them. Just save the tedious stuff like the budget for Frankel, eh? Speaking of which, if you can spare another moment, my friend, I should like to consult you on some administrative matters. With all the little tasks demanding my time, I cannot always be present on site, but I endeavor to visit as often as possible, and I hope to see you often too. Ooh, I got some beet soup. You now have access to the firmament. An option has been added to teleport here from the Foundation Aetherite. Yay! Speak with Augubert to learn more about how you can contribute to the reconstruction effort. So basically, you can go to the Diadem and farm a bunch. You can do Fets, which are like Fates, but they're here. Like right now, you can see there's one going on. And then you could also craft and turn them in over here. Right, hero, if you're going to lend us a hand, a little explanation is in order. First thing I want to talk about is that their Sky Builder's board. Most of what's written there is for newcomers, though I reckon it never hurts for even veterans to give it a look from time to time. Besides that, we try to keep a record of our progress to date, that it might guide us going forward. Now then, let's talk about the work itself. The main thing we need our artisans to do is provide us with supplies. On that topic, I reckon it's quicker if you speak with Potkid over there. Run along and introduce yourself to him. Ah, my lord hero, the chief foreman mentioned that you'd be helping us. It'd be my pleasure to explain the work to you. Now the reconstruction effort itself is complete, we remain in need of supplies for maintenance and upkeep of the firmament. The items you donate will be put to use for building inspection and repair, as well as to provide necessary services to all those who call the district home. Items you wish to donate can be brought to myself. Feel free to ask me anytime about what we seek. Naturally, you'll be rewarded for your contributions. Depending on the item, we'll present you with an amount in Skybuilder scripts. Oh, and I should mention that we've introduced an initiative to provide additional incentive and incitement to collaborators such as your good self. The initiative takes the form of a game of chance called the Kupo of Fortune. Permit me to give you a brief overview. When you donate certain items to us, you will receive a stamp upon a voucher. Once you have collected 5 stamps, you may take the voucher to Lisbeth for your chance to win a splendid prize. If you wish to know more, I recommend you speak with Lisbeth herself. Okay, give me 1 second. I completely forgot to do something. Stupid me. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that did not work. There we go. Now it's working. If you're interested in Kupo nuts, I'm afraid I cannot assist. But if you're interested in the Kupo of Fortune, you've come to the right place, Kupo. If it please you, I shall explain how the game works. Upon each Kupo of Fortune card, there are 4 hexagons, each depicting a treasure chest provided courtesy of our Moogle friends. Playing is simple. You scratch open a chest of your choice. If the chest holds something from 1st to 4th prize, congratulations. The fabulous item shown on the prize list is yours. But be fairly warned, a ferocious beast lies in wait for hapless treasure hunters. Should you find a griffin instead, you must console yourself with the consolation prize. Now, for some important details. The chest on the left holds only 2nd, 3rd, and 4th prizes, meaning while you cannot win 1st prize, neither is there the danger of finding a griffin. The 3 chests on the right, meanwhile, can hold any of the 4 prizes as well as a griffin. Meaning, while you have a chance to reap the richest reward, you may also walk away with the paltry prize. Which side you scratch open is entirely your choice. As the prizes on offer change each time you play, be sure to cast an eye over the prize list before trying your luck. That concludes the explanation. If you wish to review the rules, I will post the information to the Sky Builders board, so please refer to it at your leisure. Oh, and may I ask if you've been informed about exchanging Sky Builder scripts? If not, I urge you to seek out any for details. Welcome, my lord. You honor us with not only your presence, but your contribution besides. Now, you may have heard that contributing to the cause earns you Sky Builder scripts. These may be brought here to be exchanged for a selection of wares. We endeavor to expand the range of items offered that we might continue to attract contributors, even now that the reconstruction effort itself has been completed. Oh yeah, by the way, this was actually a thing where everyone came together, all the players, and was able to gather and craft and build the area up. But since it's completed and it's already built up, now it's just to upkeep things, so you can continue to offer to contribute. But it's not going to build anything else up anymore. It's going to keep it upkept, so you can keep building those scripts and everything, which is a really nice thing that they did. This is kind of like the answer to back in Classic WoW when they had the war effort for the Encourage, where each faction had to contribute a bunch of stuff in order to get someone to be able to ring the gong or whatever it was, open the gates. The Scarab Gate or whatever it was called. No, but this is better because once it concluded, you could still participate and still reap rewards from it. We endeavor to expand the range of items offered that we might continue to attract contributors even now that the reconstruction effort itself has been completed. Yes. Aside from donating items, you may also earn scripts by bringing materials gathered in the diadem. Have you been informed about these perchance? If not, Flotpasant will be able to furnish you with the particulars. Meanwhile, I shall look forward to exchanging many scripts for you. So there's a bunch of stuff. There's some mounts. There's some emotes. There's some hairstyles. There's pets. There's music. There's the other items, the fashion accessories, and there's a card. And then there's gear. So one of the items that I want, leather pants. That's funny. I want one of these. You get that tribal tattoo with a tank top. Kind of makes you. This is the chest top I use for my my glamour costume for Billy Cohen from Resident Evil 0. And then there's a bunch of these items. And there's housing stuff. What else we got here? Alright, and then we have materials for the crafting. You can turn these in. And there's materia, yay. And then there's dye. I'll be using ruby a lot, dragoon blue, gunmetal, pearl white, maybe the brass. Then you can get aetherite tickets for the firmament, which should also be useful. And then they have the FET tokens. Peace Lover, Antelope Stag, gunmetal black, pearl white, and metallic brass. Materia. Okay, so FETs are actually still useful. Yay. I won't be getting any of the housing items with the FET tokens. I'll be getting dye and maybe aetherite and whatever. But I'm not going to participate in the FETs right now because it's kind of... I'll do that on my own time. My Lord Hero, what an honor. How may I serve you this day? You have a mind to employ your gathering skills for the benefit of the restoration effort, you say? Marvelous, marvelous. It shall be my pleasure to provide you with an explanation of our work. As you're doubtless already aware, the firmament's reconstruction demands a veritable mountain of materials. In order to meet this need, it was decided that we would harness the diadem's abundance of resources. Able gatherers such as your good self may venture forth to the Isles and bring back materials to be used in the firmament's reconstruction. Given the nature of the Isles, however, we must make certain that materials found there are not, shall we say, tainted before we put them to use. To that end, we must ask that you bring all the items you have gathered to myself for inspection. Those items that are deemed safe will be returned to you with the seal of approval. Unless you wonder, yes, fish are also subject to inspection. By your puzzled expression, I see you struggle to fathom what use the restoration effort has for fish. You see, the fish that inhabit the diadem are known to consume unusual things, and through inspection we determine whether a creature holds resources in its belly. Once this is confirmed, you may help yourself to the bounty with a quick spot of the synthesis. Now then, you are surely curious as to what you stand to gain for your troubles. In recognition of the dangers of the diadem, we offer Skybuilder scripts by way of recompense. Furthermore, all materials you find are yours to do with as you please. For whether you choose to sell them to crafters or craft with them yourself, they will ultimately benefit the reconstruction. And that concludes my explanation. If you're in mind to travel to the diadem for this endeavor, pray present yourself to Lord Arvale beside me for further information. Ah, my Lord Hero, you are welcome. I take it you have received an overview of our part in the restoration effort. It shall be my pleasure to apprise you of all the details. As you are doubtless aware, the diadem is a land where the aether is in constant flux. This phenomenon gives rise to an ever-changing environment, but if there has been one constant, it is that the Isles have always teemed with savage creatures. Yet when I recently journeyed there to investigate a change in the aether, what should I find but that the population of dangerous fauna has markedly decreased. Never has it been easier to avail ourselves of the diadem's bounty. Seeing the potential for this development to benefit Ishgard, I presented this discovery to our nation's leaders, who wasted no time designating the Isles as an official foraging ground for the restoration project. And now, we seek those versed in the field of foraging to travel to the diadem and bring back resources needed for the firmament's reconstruction. Lest you worry that pickaxes, hatchets, and fishing rods provide poor protection against those creatures that still lurk the Isles, never fear. We have measures to keep our valued volunteers safe. Behold the aetheromatic auger. Conceived by none other than my lord brother Stefanovian. Ooh, that name. This ingenious contraption is a marvel of personal protection and resource procurement, permit me to explain. As you know, the Isles of the Diadem are replete with ether. The auger gradually absorbs it as you go about your foraging. Once you have sufficient aether stored, you may unleash a compressed blast of it against a hapless fiend, and presto, the creature is now a bounty of resources. There you have it. Armed with the auger, we ask that you gather and bring back resources from the diadem. Couldn't be simpler. But to think that my lord brother's creation should benefit my venture, which in turn serves to aid the efforts of our younger brother, all for the benefit of our nation. Proud am I to call myself a Halianart. But come, my friend, we mustn't dally while honor and glory await. Let us set forth for the diadem at once. It is what I would say, but for the sake of formality, I am required to introduce you to someone. Behind you and across from the kitchen, there stands Lord Ludovrant. Hailing from a long line of scholars, the man has a gift for numbers, and is charged with tallying skyward scores. If you have a mind to lend us your procuring prowess, you would do well to speak with him. I see them, yes, I see them. The threads of fate entwine us, binding us together as strongly as chains of mithril. Long have I awaited the coming of one such as you. My apologies, but I am wont to become excited in the presence of peerless artisans. My name is Ludovrant, and I have the honor of tallying skyward scores. In order to accord greater recognition to our collaborators, we have begun keeping records of your contributions to the restoration effort. By donating items that are exceptionally difficult to obtain or craft, you will earn an amount in skyward points. Now that the reconstruction effort itself is over, we've shifted our focus to collecting essential items necessary for daily maintenance and upkeep. As such, I continue to tally accumulated scores for our sky builders. Pass various point thresholds, and it would be our pleasure to reward you with an assortment of gifts as a token of our thanks for your efforts. Should you wish to know your current score at any time, You need only speak with me. If you wish to know more, I would be happy to assist. For the sake of good form, however, may I trouble you first to report back to Chief Foreman Augibert? There you are. I trust you've got a grasp of how things work around here now. And if you need to review something, the Sky Builder's board board's good for that. Say if you've got a knack for gathering resources, reckon you ought to have a chat with Arvale. What he has to say is bound to be of interest. And that's all from me for now. I'll let you run along, but let me say this. For a famous herd like you to help us here on the ground, you're a good sort, hero. Alright, so I think that's all good. Dandy sour candy. A home in the firmament. Ah, if it isn't good Master Hero. Though you may have seen me attending Lord Frankel, I've not had the pleasure of introducing myself. I am his manservant, Funkernow. I would like to offer you my personal thanks for lending your aid to my lord. Yours is an inspiring presence to him. Owing to the collective effort of all involved, the new nest stands completed. Such was my lord's joy, 'twas as if you were a young boy again. He now seeks to settle folk in the district and is personally reaching out to those citizens who were displaced by the war and the subsequent unrest. About that. Master Augibert, by your tone I take it you harbor some concerns. Aye, that I do. Thanks to Frankel's encouragement, some folk have already moved into the district, but many more are dragging their feet. To hear the talk, they're afraid that the rent will be too expensive, or that they'll put themselves at the mercy of heartless nobles, and a whole host of other reasons. In order to encourage settlement, the firmament offers various incentives to residents, such as tax relief and employment initiatives. Mayhap this knowledge has not been sufficiently disseminated to the public. My thought exactly. That he's late to return is because he's struggling to win folk over, I'd wager. On that note, hero, I was wondering if you'd mind searching for him, see how he's faring. I too would be grateful were you to look in on my lord. You'll find him in the broom speaking with the residents, I believe. This is a lot more extensive than I remember it being. My apologies, everyone. But I must get this unlocked. Oh wait, do I need to actually... Okay, good. I would have been so upset if I'd had to run around and check those out. Our thanks for contributing to the reconstruction effort, my lord. Will you be leaving the firmament now? Or I might have actually done it earlier, I don't remember, but... If I did it earlier, kudos to past me. If I didn't have to, thank you, Squeenix. Ah, so that's for that. That's so you can get... blue screen. That's so you can get, Sky Builder weapons for your crafters. Will you not tell me why you do not wish to live in the firmament? What is it that worries you so? Ah, hero, you cannot have come at a better time. You may have heard that I am in the process of settling citizens in the firmament. While some could not pack their belongings quickly enough, others are proving resistant to the idea, such as Adain here and her daughter Noelle. Give me a second. Begging your pardons, but aren't you the savior of Ishgard? It's an honor, my lord. We're grateful for the invitation, we truly are, but we couldn't possibly afford to live in a shiny new district. Even before our home in the Broom was burned down, we were barely getting by. Besides, given who we are, we don't have the right. In my mind, the firmament is for people such as they first and foremost, who lost their homes to the fires of conflict. Yet if they themselves do not wish it, I cannot well force them to move. In the firmament, the sky's the limit. Unfortunately, I don't think that would work. We have employment initiatives, we have tax relief. Truly, if that's the case, perhaps it's not out of the question for us. Perhaps I should do it. Yes, if not for myself, then for my little girl. Alright, I humbly accept. Glad am I to hear it. Pray see to your preparations then, and come to the firmament when you are ready. As soon as I get all this pretty much squared away, we're going right back to the storyline. And all it took was a few words from you. You truly hold sway over people, my friend. Of course, such trust comes not overnight. 'Tis the product of your many selfless deeds. Despite being falsely accused of a crime and driven to the ends of the realm, you did not surrender to despair. On the contrary, you dedicated yourself to the plight of others and ultimately guided our war-weary nation upon the path to peace. In some ways, we have walked similar paths, but my struggles are trifling things compared to yours. My name carries not the same weight, and my words have not the same power over the hearts of my fellow men. But the fury take me if I allow the restoration effort to founder on account of my personal failings. The health and happiness of the people are at stake. Therefore, I ask you, will you not aid me in the running of the firmament? With you beside me, I feel that there is no difficulty I cannot overcome. You need an answer right this moment. Please take the time to think on it. You agreed to aid me, then? Words cannot well express my gladness. Thank you. Without further ado, then, I would have you deliver these missives. They are entreaties for cooperation in the restoration effort. Ordinarily, I would make the delivery myself, but I believe that the recipients would be pleased for your visit. One is Gibralant, proprietor of the Forgotten Knight, another is Serhandelope of the Temple Knights, and last but not least is Mistress Elais, our master of the markets. While you see to this task, I shall look in on Aldain and her daughter. Let us convene in the firmament afterwards. Yoink. Let's look the bug out. Yoink first. Go to Gibraltar. Actually, I think we might be able to go in here first. And that's where Alphino is at, so that's where we go to next. Well met, hero. So what do I owe the honor this day? A missive from Lord Frankel, you say? Sir Handelope, my thanks for your unflagging dedication to preserving the peace in the Holy See. I write to you as overseer of the Firmament Reconstruction Project in order to officially entreat the cooperation of the Temple Knights. The project's need for able hands will only grow, and it is my hope that your order might be amenable to dispatching a contingent of engineers to assist in our efforts. For the prosperity of our nation, I thank you for your kind consideration. I see. Though I have not the authority alone to decide, I for one should be glad were our order to lend what help we may. I shall do my utmost to see that Lord Frankel has his engineers. Truth to tell, I have a personal interest in the firmament. Ere it was razed to the ground, I myself lived there, you see. Many places in Ishgard offer a commanding view, but I find none finer than that of my erstwhile home. Interesting information. I'll be back in a second, Alphino. Just give me a little bit. I need a drink. Yeah. So, funny thing, I was dabbling. Because I'm 67 right now, but my gear's in the mid to late 50s. And I was Because when you do stuff, you can do a trial synthesis where you don't waste any materials. And I was able to actually craft a high quality version of these level 70 crafting boots. Of course, I guesstimated it was in the 20 percentile, which is about halfway through the quality. But if I had all high quality materials, it would have been 100%. So yay, I can actually craft level 70 gear, which will help out. If it is a hero, what can I get you? A missive from young Frankel. I can only guess how you ended up delivering it, but let's have a look. Dear Gibberlant, I pray this missive finds you well and not bothered overmuch by the old wound. I write with regards to our efforts in the firmament, of which you will most certainly be aware. Of late, we have seen a marked increase in the number of workers on site, and we struggle to keep everyone fed. In order to alleviate the strain upon our kitchen, it is my hope that you might provide us with hearty and wholesome provender from your own. Young Frankel was always good to me back when I served his house, and I wouldn't refuse him. I'll arrange to have the meals prepared and sent to the firmament at once. You're involved in the restoration then, I take it. Keep an eye out on the lad for me, will you? Roger Dodger. I have a soft spot for the kid. I love how people are like me and just, I'm not going down the stairs, I'm just going to jump off the ledge. My knees can take it for now. And warm welcome to you, Master Hero. What is it that you seek at the Jeweled Crozier this evening? Oh, a missive for me, from Lord Frankel. Intriguing. Dear Mistress Elise, I pray this missive finds you well and your markets bustling. I write to request your aid in acquiring heavy machinery of foreign make, intended for the use of the many foreigners lending their expertise to the restoration project. Such equipment as the Skysteel manufactory possesses is unfamiliar to non-ish guardians, and as such would adversely affect their ability to carry out their work. Through the connections you have established with foreign merchants, I have faith that you can procure for us that which we require. My humblest thanks for your assistance. Heavy machinery of foreign make. Though it will be no small coup to source such items, the merchant in me welcomes the challenge. But I say, it feels like only yesterday that Lord Frankel was a little boy coming to market with his brothers. Now he has blossomed into a well-spoken, accomplished young man. Time surely flies. Forgive me my reminiscence. You may relay to my lord, it shall be my pleasure to attend to his order. I'm gonna skip one of these storyline beats for now. There is one that's gonna require a lengthy cutscene with my choices in dialogue. I'll save that for another time, considering this has already gone on for like a half an hour now. I want to get back to the story. And I really only just wanted to unlock this just so I can dabble with this off camera. Because I want to completely boost up and stock up. I want to start purchasing the pets. I want to get the emotes. I want to get the hairstyles, all this other stuff. The emotes are the big thing, because you can use the emotes on your portrait. So your poses. Those aren't the ones I'm going to keep. Those are just the ones I'm currently using. There you are, hero. You have delivered the missives, I take it. So, how did the recipients respond to my entreaties? Alright, so we'll leave that there. I think we should be good. Would have been nice if I hit 68, but it ain't happening. Alright. Time to get on with the story. Yes, I'm leaving the firmament for now. Onward towards Stormblood. No, the Forgotten Rites. What do I have in my journal? Oh, I haven't done anything. Crystalline Conflict I gotta do. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can do Circus Tower, so it'll be 5. And technically I can do Crystalline Conflict if I have it unlocked. I don't know if I do. Alright, time to get on with the story. Would I be right in assuming that you have not spoken with my sister since one of the memorial services, was it? By the 12, it seems a lifetime ago. I should like to think we have both grown since then. Oh, that's odd, considering. Basically, there's something I had to skip due to the fact that it doesn't get run very often, and that's the Coil of Bahamut. There's like, I think it's 12 different raids, and they're supposed to be not that long raids, not a lot to run through, but doing them synced is a nightmare due to the fact that not a lot of people run it. And I will get to it, and I'll do that side story because it involves Alice and some other juicy tidbits, and it does culminate in the Bahamut fight. But I'll have to do that unsynced, so I'm going to have to pretty much strong arm it by myself. But yeah, we'll get to that later, so we'll backtrack on that one. But for now, basically, the storyline, I haven't talked with Alice since she left. But if I had done that, I think the dialogue is different, and Alphino would have been like, oh, well, she's been doing dangerous things away from me. My apologies for keeping you waiting. Those boots look ugly. Right then, shall we be off? Totoro never ceases to impress, though for a moment I feared she might furnish you with an identical outfit. Praise the 12, she did not. Mother and father were rather too fond of making us wear matching clothes. You remember that time at the studio when that girl of yours crept up behind me in the hall and whispered, Sister, please, she was not my... Can we not have this conversation in front of the Warrior of Light? Some of the banter between these two is hilarious. So be it. Another time, perhaps. It is an honor, hero. I realize we are barely acquainted, but having heard so much about you, it hardly feels that way. Been meaning to ask about the carriage. Welcome to the fight. A pleasure to have you with us. Do I want to do that? Do I? Yes, I do. Ah, yes, the carriage that so fortuitously arrived to spirit us away from Ul'dah after the banquet. Oh, never mind. The driver informed me that I had my sister to thank for his presence in Ul'dah. How did you know to send help? Oh, drunken brass blades are even less discreet than sober ones. Unfortunately, by the time I learned of the plot, it was too late to do anything. More, frankly, I'm still amazed Bremont managed to find you. New garments aside, I must say that you seem different, more resolute than when last we met. You have the look of a woman who is ready to fight for the future of Eorzea. To the extent of my abilities, perhaps, but I have no delusions of grandeur. Nor will I pretend to have found myself or any such thing. I'm here today because I would regret it if I weren't, that is all. Fair enough. Let us depart for the Waking Sands then and see if Urianger can be of assistance. Don't think I have any more. Nope. I ate all of those tickets. So we are going to go to Western Thanalan, to Horizon. And then we get to fly over. Alrighty. Oh, wrong way. And as you can see, I bought quite a bit of Aetherite tickets. I'm up to 245 now. Was doing some challenge log, trying to get new recruits for my squadron. Ah, man. Squadron's leveling up nicely. I think some of them are up to 22 now. Doesn't take very long to start leveling them, doing the trainings every day. Of course, I'm going to have to do some other items, and I do have another mission with them right fast. I want to start getting them some chemistry effects so I can start building up other items like MGP. Orion J, apologies for calling upon you unannounced. Why, Master Alphino? Would that the scholar had seen fit to grant me knowledge of thy coming. What bringeth thee and thine here this day? The warriors of darkness have returned. Pray allow us to explain. I too have heard tales in recent days of primal beings rising up only to be cast down by forces unknown. Alas, as thou didst observe, this serveth but to spur the beast tribes to pursue their goals with redoubled fervor. We have two objectives at this time: to identify and remove the source of the beast tribe's crystals, and to take direct action to prevent any further summoning rituals from reaching completion. The second is easier said than done, of course. While we were fortunate enough to learn of the Ixal's plans before they came to fruition, I should be surprised that the Warriors of Darkness and the Ashians did not have similar designs elsewhere of which we have no knowledge. Thou wert wise to come hither, for this very day did I receive tidings most troubling from across the Strait of Murlthur. Ogamoro stirreth, and there are whispers that the Lord of Crags neareth his return. Mere rumors, mark thou, but in light of thine own discoveries, thou canst still afford to turn a deaf ear to their claims. Aye, we must ascertain the truth of the matter for ourselves. Let us consult with the Maelstrom forces stationed at Camp Overlook, hero. Thank you for your counsel, Orion. Pray inform us should you learn aught else. I shall. If I may, brother. Orion, is there anything else you would like to say? Alice? If not, then never mind. I only ask because you're normally rather more verbose. Nothing to add. Very well. Ere we depart, I wish to make a request. The Warriors of Darkness spoke of how the Ardor had the power to break down the barriers between planes, that our worlds might be rejoined. I would ask that you research this for us. Being nowhere near as well read as you, I'm sure I wouldn't know where to begin. That said, I've had heard tell of a promising tome, the Giram Oracles. Mayhap you could start there. By thy leave. Camp Overlook, was it? Very well. That's, yep, Primal Awakening, Primal Nature, The King Lives, World of Time, Drop Dead Shiva. These are literally all, those are all, whatchamacallits, extremes. Did I buy? I didn't buy this one, so we're gonna buy that. I think I looked. Camp Overlook. So I think this puts us at, we're currently at around, I think it's 16 or 17 missions. I'm gonna try and get them knocked out. 7 hells. At this rate, I'll have to appeal to Maelstrom Command for reinforcements. Huh? Whatever it is, we don't want any. You might want my help. Well, fancy that. Just when my cobalt problems look like coming to a head, the signs of the 7th Dawn turn up, itching to pitch in. Bloody brilliant timing is what it is. Right then, let's get to it. Unlikely allies. So our friendly neighbors in Ogmoro have got much more aggressive of late, just as you said. Matter of fact, our scout spotted one sniffing about the stores just now, likely looking to make off with an armful of crystals. I'll be damned if I'm about to let that happen. Lend a hand and help us search the camp for the little bugger, would you? Our Maelstrom friends seem notably more agitated than when we first arrived. Do you happen to know why that might be? A kobold on the camp, you say? That would appear to corroborate Urianje's information, yes. But to be so reckless as to infiltrate a Maelstrom camp and draw attention to their efforts is passing strange. Well, there will be a time to think on this later. For the present, we must do everything in our power to prevent Titan summoning, and that means finding and questioning this kobold. Oh, I think this is going to be a really sad part. So this is Camp Overlook. Indeed, its inhabitants do seem the type to clout a man in the face in place of a how do you do. Shall we make some inquiries after our prematurely retired instructor? Let us rendezvous at the spot once we've gathered what intelligence we may. Oops. That's for a different thing. My bad. That's actually for the, that's for the, Machinist question. Do I have Machinist yet? Well, this would be easier. Nope, don't have it unlocked yet. Well, I gotta go down, I think. Oh, no I don't. So he's around here somewhere then. So it's up. Oh, there he is. So stay back, away, far back. I'm not a. It's no use. Pointless, hopeless, no use. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a sad story. Grr. Where are you? Okay, I see it now. It's in the friggin' trees. I think. Please, don't hurt me. I only wish to talk. Yes, yes, just talk. Well, if you would talk, just talk. I'm not gonna attack you. Otherwise, you'd have been a grease stain already. Because you're tiny. This was a stupid plan. Stupid, stupid, stupid. But if I tell no one, then everyone will... Yeah, he found me again. What to do, what to do, what to do. I come in peace only to talk. Speak, stay, talk. So please, please, do not hurt me. So this is our wily kobold infiltrator, is it? No wonder the soldiers were on edge. He could very well give one a bruised knee. Huzzah, we've got him. Fine work, Scions. So, little one. Thought you could sneak into my camp, did you? Plotting to steal my crystals, were you? No, no, no. I came to talk, to ask for help. But when your soldiers saw me, they drew their weapons and shouted, and I... Now, let us all take a deep breath and discuss this like civilized individuals. What is your name, child? Pikmin Gabu of the 620th Order. At least I will be a Pikmin one day. Oh, I need a drink. Well met, Gabu. I'm Alphino, and this is my sister Elisay. Hero, the man who found you, is our friend, and now that you know our names, we can be friends too. Now, Commander Bloden here thinks you wanted to take his crystals, Gabu. But you said you came to ask for help. Why to us and not to your own people? What happened, Gabu? Can you tell us? No one is going to hurt you, alright? No, not while we're here, I promise. The Patriarch, the Patriarch is going to summon the Great Father again, and you have to stop him, beat him, fight him, stop him. Gabu's parents said they didn't want it, along with many others, but the Patriarch wouldn't listen. He was so angry, raging, fuming, angry. He said that if they didn't have iron in their hearts, they would serve as coke for the furnace. And then the guards took my parents and the others away, and I haven't seen any of them since. Coke for the furnace? Did not want to believe it, but I have heard tales of foci fashioned from the bones of beastmen, which worshippers use in their rituals, hoping to summon more powerful incarnations of their gods. By the 12, that is sickening. No one listens to Gabu, no matter how much he cries, pleads, begs, cries. They do not listen, only talk about punishing the overdwellers and praising the Great Father. Gabu loves the Great Father, but he loves his parents too, so please help Gabu stop the Patriarch and save his parents. Commander, advise Maelstrom Command that Titan summoning is imminent. Should the worst come to the worst, we will require their support. Time being of the essence, we three will attempt to infiltrate the Cobalt stronghold, secure their crystals, and free the prisoners. Well, if you're sure, you'll forgive me if I don't seem optimistic. We'll make ready, just in case. This isn't going to end well. I have faith that we may yet stop the ritual. We would surely have detected the associated aetheric disturbance had Titan manifested already. But I cannot speak for the prisoners. 12 have mercy. That they would even contemplate sacrificing their own flesh and blood. Brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers. Time is of the essence. We must see what else Gabu knows and formulate a plan without further delay. The beast that mourned at the heart of the mountain. I heard Great Father Titan loves crystals, cherishes, covets, loves them, and if we gather enough, he will return. That's why the Patriarch told everyone to go forth and gather them. So I was thinking, if we take all the crystals away, maybe the Great Father won't come. Very good, Gabu. I was just thinking the same thing. Do you know where these crystals are stored? I know. Oh. Several spots, each defended by a different order. Gabu wanted to steal them, but he was too afraid to go alone. Yes, too afraid to go alone. But together we can take them away and hide them. Come. Gabu will lead you to the first cache. Quickly, quickly. I meant to actually target this, but I was adjusting my seat. You have them all. Good. Lead on, Gabu. This way, this way. You know, I kind of wish that when you get crystals like this, that you can't just convert them to crystals in your catalyst area. Like, for instance, I could use some ice crystals. Time is short. If you have the crystals, we should move on to the next cache. Did you hear me, brother? Brother. It's just that... I'm quite certain that crate wants Boorish Guardian seals. Someone took great pains to remove all traces, but enough remains to make out the pattern. See for yourself. I struggle to imagine kobolds traveling to Kurthus to obtain crystals, much less bothering to conceal their origins. I suspect these crystals were smuggled into Vilbrand by another party, most likely a pawn of the Ashians, as Thancred speculated. I don't understand. Who are the Ashians? Do they worship Great Father Titan too? Never you mind that. As Alisei said, we do not have a lot of time. Can you lead us to the next cache, Gabu? Yes, yes, yes. Of Cancel Gabu knows the way. Oh, I mean, of course. This next one is the last and is very large. Very big, very huge, very large. You cast about for a time, you see no signs of the crystals. Because they've already taken them. Confound it. What about you, hero? Any luck? Nope. Nothing, nothing, nothing. But this cannot be. Gabu saw them. Spied, spotted, saw. Think, brother, think. They must have moved them, yes? The question is where to and why. Within Ogamoro, where they summoned Titan once before and mean to do so again, it is the only explanation. What about Mother and Father and the others? We have to help them. And we will, Gabu, we will. Stay calm, we still have time. They have yet to call for the remaining crates, yes? If they had, then they would have found the other cache empty and sounded the alarm. Nevertheless, I believe the time for stealth has passed. We must breach the navel and seize the remaining crystals. There's no other way to prevent that Titan summoning. But first, give me your crystals, that I might deliver them into Commander Bloden's custody. We dare not take them into the bowels of the mountain. Well, I'm a veritable cache of crystals right now. Crystals, hero, if you would be so kind. Thank you. I shall deliver them to Camp Overlook for safekeeping and brief Commander Bloden of the situation. Pray go on ahead. As I recall, there is an aetherite within the Ogamoro mines that should deliver you to the navel. Gabu doubtless knows the way. Wait for me there. I shall rejoin you anon. Strange. I wouldn't have thought you eager to remain in the thick of the action. But if this is what you would prefer, then Godspeed, brother. This way, this way. Might have misread that, but... sometimes they talk weird. Fly in a car in a cave. Let's go the long way around. I'm watching my mini-map. That's how I was able to thread that so quickly. I take it that is the aetherite we seek. Right then. As soon as Alphino arrives, we go. I trust you're feeling suitably heroic, hero. There's no telling what sort of resistance we'll face in there. Quickly, you clods. Briskly, swiftly, quickly. I will not suffer any further delays. Lay down your arms and surrender. We have your crystals. There will be no summoning this day. Overdwellers, here, but how did you... Where are my parents, Patriarch? Where are they? Mother? Father? Coke for the furnace? You monster, how could you? Aye, we are but servants of the Lord of Crags. We are his, that he may drink of our blood and partake of our flesh, that he might draw upon the strength of his children and defend them from the tyranny of the overdwellers. No, Alice, not yet. I understand, Patriarch, I do. Your fear, your anger, your hate. You would do anything to protect your people, anything to deliver them from despair. Whatever it takes to ensure that those who threaten you can never do so again. But in your single-minded pursuit of this objective, you have brought suffering on your own kith and kin. You have sacrificed the lives of the very people you sought to protect. But it need not be this way, Patriarch. Renounce this bloody course. Cease your attempts to summon your god and work with us together to build a lasting peace. Another peace to be abandoned at the overdweller's convenience. Oathbreakers, all of you. Liars, betrayers, oathbreakers. You take and you take and you take, and when you have had your fill, you sue for peace. You promise that this time is the last, until you grow hungry again. And when we dare to defend ourselves, you declare that this beast tribe cannot be suffered to live, that our God drains the land of Aether, and brings naught but suffering, death, destruction, suffering upon us all. I will hear no more lies from you and yours, Overdweller. You've ruined your own lands, you'll not ruin ours. I said I'd come for you, and I did. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Say something, please. 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 Uh-oh. You just summoned Titan. Congratulations. Get everyone the fuck out of here. Wake up, 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 wake up. Wake up! I gotta go spank Sumo Titan again. Oh, they're dead. This is more like Berserk Titan. 7 hells. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Alphino, leave him to me. We must away. Wow, I'm surprised he's the last one standing. surprised we left them. By the 12th, how could I be so foolish? I should have known better than to let Gabu accompany us, given that what we were likely to find. His anguish and despair have served to birth the primal, just as surely as would the supplications of the faithful. Worse, being born of such tumultuous emotion, this incarnation of Titan seems incapable of naught but violence. If we have one cause for optimism, it is that while many crystals were present, they represented but a fraction of the quantity intended for the summoning ritual. Meaning that Titan must be far weaker than planned. Be that as it may, he is yet a primal, and the longer we leave him to bleed the land of Aether, the stronger he will grow. And should Titan be permitted to leave Ogamoro, more lives will be lost. The Maelstrom will rally their troops, and the cycle will continue. Hero, you know what must be done. Will you face the Lord of Crags once more? Yeah. Thank you, my friend. Alisai and I will tend to Gabu. When you have finished with the primal, look for us in Camp Overlook. We will be expecting you. I gotta do the naval hard now. I didn't think I had to do this again. I wish it was hard instead of extreme for that. Darn it. Oh. Vecta and Lycidus. Or Lycidus. I was trying to craft my bread rack, but unfortunately, the sad part is my gear is too inadequate, and the required craftsmanship and control is not at the par. So I have the pieces, but I can't craft the lumber. That was my issue. Oops. So I can do. I got larch. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 5 varnishes. And these would boost me up quite a bit. Well, I'd gain the control and craftsmanship. And I'd gain like 5 CPs on high quality for all those, which would boost me quite well. But I would also whatchamacallit, I have to be 63 for those though. And the only one I have at 63 is leather worker. But it would help me build everything else up. There is a vendor over there. I wonder if they have anything. 'Cause I don't feel like sitting still. Oh, of course. As I say that. Come on, fly. Waiting on that last DPS. I will admit, sometimes I've been that last DPS. But that's mainly because I'm doing something like an emergency, like I have to use the bathroom, or something broke, or like the pets need tending. Stuff like that. Aha! See, this one, if I remember correctly, you can stand outside it a little bit. Yep. Take less damage that way. Oh, he's got my favorite weapon for the... Not just for... Paladin, but for just period. It's A tier. And it's not the Lux version. Not get landslided. He wants to fight for the right party. I'll let him have it. Yep, rip out that lemon break and end the fight. There's a treasure coffer. Ooh, I got double loot. I'll take. Yay. I likey lots. Ah, there he is. Did I not tell you he would return safe and sound? The deed is done then. Titan is no more. Yup. Good. There's been enough tragedy this day. He's been like that since he regained consciousness. We believe he can hear us, but he has made no attempt to respond. He's almost certainly still in shock, but we cannot discount the possibility that he succumbed to the Primal's influence, should that prove to be the case. He must be put to death like any other thrall, such as the Alliance's policy, yes? You have the right of it. We must not rush to conclusions. After all, we once feared that Ysael's followers were beyond reason, and many have since laid down their arms and accepted Ishgard's peace. We can but watch, wait, and pray. Beneath a star-filled sky. There is not to be gained from dwelling on an eventuality over which we have no control, much less one which may never even come to pass. Let us tend to more immediate matters. Informing Commander Bloden of Titan's demise, you may be certain that he will be glad of the news. These are the privates. Ah, you're a sight for sore eyes. When the others came back without you, I feared the worst, but they said you had matters well in hand. All settled then, is it? I'm glad to hear it, but not half as glad as my men'll be, believe you me. Regardless of whether or not he was summoned properly, a primal's a primal. There ain't a soul in the maelstrom that hasn't lost a friend to one. Don't get me wrong, like, we were all prepared to do our part, but we weren't so naive as to think we'd live to tell the tale. Thankfully, of course, it didn't come to that, which, my friend, sounds to me like cause for celebration. Now, I know you lot have places to be, but why not stay the night? We'd be honored to raise a glass to the triumphant return of Titan's Bane.
Who goes there? Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp. He hasn't been feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, alas. It's so quiet out here. The stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space. Dawn may banish even the darkest night. How bitterly beautiful, those words. I should be stronger for all my experiences. Yet my heart aches more than ever. I never understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness, I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not fathom how these people were more deserving of his love than his family, than me. Nevertheless, I had to believe he had good reason. I was determined to uncover the whole truth of the calamity and, perhaps in so doing, find my own purpose in this sea of chaos. My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them. I have lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve and of the people whose actions I could not understand. There were others, of course. Good people. People with whom I felt a kinship, whose lives I could not save. I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end? But then I recalled Grandfather's words to my father, years ago, before he left Sharlayan behind forever. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing. We have to try, do we not? Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do. There were times while I was tracking the warriors of darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Urianger. Oh, pray forgive me. This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it? Mayhap you could recount some of your adventures in Ishgard. Gods! They must have been at each other's throats from dawn till dusk. I dare say you managed to keep the peace, though. Merely being in the presence of the Warrior of Light is surely enough to shame anyone into behaving. The hopes and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, Warrior of Light. As long as the sun rises, we can but carry on, for the sake of those we hold dear.
To what end dost thou cling to the tainted gifts of the Mother?
Every tool has its purpose. Even this. Well, what is it?
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
What did the man in white have to say?
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
Well, that's easy for him to say. It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scion's thoughts, and thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
Foresee? Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
Pray do not mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation. Shouldst thou be of like mind, pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardour belongeth not unto the Ascians alone. With thine own hand strike down thine enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all-too delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
draw him out. We'll make it quick.
It shall be done. What good a creed one cannot uphold? What hurts soothed? What lives saved? Oh, hapless fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands? Minfilia, my friends, I shall not now beg your forgiveness.
If y'all haven't noticed yet, it's Urianger.
Full deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path. As Moonbreeder remains steadfast, so too shall I.
There is a merchant here. Okay, so they don't have anything. Just checking. What ho, hero? I trust you had a good night's rest. I was but this moment speaking with Thancred and Y'shtola via Link Pearl. They had some interesting news to share. Apparently, during the course of their respective investigations, both came across crates which had once borne Ishgardian seals. It would seem that someone in the capital has been very busy indeed. Accordingly, the Temple Knights have launched a full-scale investigation. Cermak believes that it is only a matter of time before the culprits are found, but we shall have to wait and see. In the meantime, it seems only prudent to look into the recent activities of the other tribes, in case they too are flush with the Ishgardian crystals. And with that in mind, I suggest we pay Urianger another... Wait, where's Alisay? She was here a moment ago, with Gaboo. Ah, let me guess. It's time to leave, isn't it? My apologies for disappearing again. If it is any consolation, I have already packed my things. How is he? Brother, Commander Bloden, something tells me you are not solely here out of concern for his welfare. But to answer your question, there has been no change. He will not speak or eat. I'm not even sure he has slept. If he slept. If he did, he seems none the better for it. He just shuffles about with that same expression on his face. You will look after him, won't you, Commander, and treat him with every kindness? He's still in there, I know it. Beneath the anguish and the despair, he's still fighting with all his heart. He deserves to be given that chance, until he comes back to us, until we know for certain that what has become of him. Aye, aye, you needn't worry. If he hadn't risked his neck to warn us and help you secure the better part of the crystals, this could have turned out a damn sight worse than it did. We'll not soon forget that, nor will Maelstrom Command. I'm so sorry, Gaboo, I truly am. You should never have been made to, and I know I cannot possibly understand. Mayhap there is nothing I can do or say, the pain, the anger, the helplessness. Hold fast to the memories of better times. Remember them as they were. And when it hurts so much your heart feels fit to burst, let it burst. Let it burst and fill up again with your love for them. And never, ever forget. Come along, little one. I will remember them. And you, Alisay, thank you. Have faith, sister. Your words have reached him. In time, he will recover. And those who orchestrated these events will be made to answer for their crimes. A thousand times over, there will be a reckoning. Yep. Of course, I'll be the one doling it out. Alrighty, we are going to the Waking Sands again. Good thing I bought all those Aetherite tickets. Sheesh. We have heard the glad tidings from Ogamoro, my friends. By the grace of the 12 and your most valiant efforts, the people of Limsa may rest easy. I should like to think so, yes. When we failed to prevent the Lord of Crags from manifesting, we did succeed in weakening him, enabling our friend to dispatch him before the Warriors of Darkness could make matters worse. So it's by no means of unmitigated success, but it will have to suffice. Then let us speak of another matter, one which weigheth heavy on my lady's mind. As thou didst request, I sought out the Garen oracles, that we might better understand the aims of the Warriors of Darkness. Though their copious use of allegory defieth any single interpretation, the oracles paint a most disturbing picture, one of worlds parallel to our own, apart yet linked, reduced to ruin with every umbral calamity. 7 times have they succeeded, then of 10 and 3 only 6 worlds remain. Aye, all is as my lady Menphilia spake unto thee. As for what becometh of these reflections when they and the source are rejoined, frail flesh undone in umbral fires, each soul surrendereth to her call, to flow unto the endless sea, there to endure as one and none. Then if the Warriors of Darkness succeed, everyone in their world will die. In essence, aye. The verse speaketh of the renunciation of the flesh and subsequent return to the Livestream. However, this fate may yet be preferable to the alternative, for if the first were to fall to transcendent light in the manner of the Warriors of Darkness described, it would give way unto a void wherein none may know either life or death. Far better to die, they reason, for in death there is life. The essence of a soul which returneth unto the source may be born anew, saved, such at last is their belief, I surmise. If that is true, then, gods, no one should ever have to make such a choice. Ere we speak further on this subject, I would share with thee another recent discovery. 'Twould seem that several sizable shipments of crystals have been delivered into the hands of certain Alamegan parties. Alamegans? Strange. And you believe this to be the work of the same Ishgardian smugglers who supplied the beast tribes? I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. And lest thou wonder at their motive, I would remind you that the Ashians did once attempt to bring about the summoning of Ralgar. The individuals who took receipt of these shipments were refugees belonging to a group devoted to the cause of Alamegan liberation. It may also interest thee to know that their Ishgardian suppliers appear to be none other than the remnants of Elien Royal's network of spies. Surely you jest, and yet it is not so surprising. Bereft of leadership and hunted by the Alliance, I can well imagine such villains being desperate enough to conspire with the Ashians, assuming they even know or care who their new employers are. All of which is irrelevant. Forgive me, we must seek out the resistance group which received the crystals without delay. Hero, Alice, will you come with me to Little Alamigo? Sure thing. Yes, of course. I should like to hear what they have to say for themselves, firsthand. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Alice is suspicious of Urian J. Alphino, Alice, Hero. Are you three listening? Good. I have tidings. The Temple Knights raided the smuggler's warehouse less than an hour ago. A cursory interrogation of the prisoners yielded confirmation that they were in the employ of, and I hope you are sitting down, a man in black robes. Then you have them, and the crystals too. What few remained, Regrettably, it would seem they dispatched one final shipment in the hours before we struck. 'Twas bound for Little Alamigo, we are told. There it will be received by members of a local resistance group. Since Sir Emmerich's men no longer have need of my services, I have a mind to head that way. As do we, by happy coincidence. We learned of the shipments but a few moments ago. Ha! And there I was thinking I might finally be one step ahead of the Warrior of Light and his little helpers. Ah, wait a moment. There's more, and I defy you not to be surprised by this revelation. The leader of the Ishgardian smugglers was formerly in the employ of one Elien Royal, the infamous Ivy herself. Once again, Thancred, I fear I must inform you that. Thancred, with whom else have you shared this information? About the smugglers? No one. Hey, how's it going, Steps? And I think I mentioned the raid was less than an hour ago. I was planning to contact Y'shtola next, but is there someone else you would have me notify first? No, there isn't. Connect the dots, Alphino. Your sister's already reached that destination. She's made 4 out of 2 and 2. What in the world has gotten into her? It is twice now that we have sought Urianje's aid, and twice she has treated him as if he were a stranger. Ooh, what you making for food? The Archon was one of Grandfather's most dedicated pupils, and spent as much time at the Levier estate as we did. He's practically a member of the family. Truth be told, I struggle to recall a day from my childhood when I did not see the 3 of them laughing together. Yeah. Well, I remember how they say put 2 and 2 together. Gotta make 4. If this continues, I may have to raise the matter. Later, though. Little Alamigo awaits. That is some super fence ramen. Short of making actual authentic ramen oneself. Sadly, I had to give up the packaged ramen. My stomach rebels whenever I have it anymore. Yeah, I want to try it eventually myself. I will get to the bottom of this. Oh, forgive me, it has been a long day. Did you have something to say? Urian J, I've always struggled to understand what's going on in his head, now more than ever. Listen, Hero, if anything should happen, it should be me who. Just know that I am prepared to do what must be done. Right then. To more pressing matters, since we have no idea when Thancred might arrive, I suggest we see what information we can gather in this absence. When we were free. So to review, we are reliably informed that members of the Alamegan Resistance operating here have taken receipt of several large shipments of crystals, our task being to ascertain who and why. Given the size of the settlement, I find it hard to believe that anyone here could be wholly unaware of the Resistance's movements. The challenge, of course, will be finding individuals who are both able and willing to share such information with outsiders. It should seem sensible to divide our forces. Hero, why don't you question the residents in the eastern half of town? Alice and I will do the same in the west, and afterwards we can rendezvous here to share our findings. Oh, yeah. When is that again? Is that like next year or year after? I forgot when exactly you said you were going to be partaking of that vacation. And is preparations going well towards it? Let me guess. Come to join the fight, have you? No need to deny it, friend. You're not the first to answer the Griffin's call. This coming January? Oof, man. Be sure to bring back a bunch of trinkets that you can show off. And a bunch of pics, too. While he's lit a fire in every Alamegan's heart, he's also inspired more than a few Uldans to pledge themselves to the cause. And little wonder, the Garleans won't stop until we're all under the yoke. Oh, 2026, okay. Yeah, I want to upgrade my tech and finally start getting some more recordings done, but my financial hiccups keep occurring too, and I'm just like, ugh. And right now, if I want to take a vacation, I have to take a pay cut, so can't do that right now. The Resistance. Damned if I know. It's not as if I'd be any use to them. If you set store by all these tales of secret weapons, good luck to you. But I'm too old for the mass bedtime stories. This is our lot, and it's time we got used to it. There we go. Some people talkings in this game is kind of yeah, right. Sometimes I wish we could just barter. I see you there going around asking questions, looking for the Griffin and his lot, I'll bet. Seems they're the talk of little Alamigo these days. Folk wondering what he's about and what he's got in store for the Garleans. And what's under that mask of his, of course. Some say he's hardly got a face, what with all the scars. Others reckon he's been marked for death by the Empire. And that they'd send a bloody legion if they knew he was here. Your guess is as good as mine. Well, my guess is correct because I already know who he is. It'll be rough stuff. Oh, if you haven't heard, Steps, I'm doing another stream noon to 2 today. So, once this one ends, I'll have an hour to dally around, and then after that, I'll be right back on to finish the story. Or continue, I should say. I suppose I should ask what you learned, but I think I already know. This Griffin seems to be the leader of a newly formed faction within the Resistance, the Masks. Yet despite their growing popularity, no one seems to know much about them, only that they are the most aggressively militant group to join the movement in recent memory. Indeed, many claim their commitment to the cause of Alamegan liberation is unrivaled. We can but hope their revolutionary fervor is never channeled in the direction of a primal. Though I feel confident that this is the group which received the crystal shipments, we yet lack proof. Before taking any action, I would speak with the settlement's leader to confirm my suspicions, and mayhap enlist his help while I am about it. Given that you and Gundebold are already acquainted, mayhap it would be best if you took the lead, shall we? Yeah, I saved one of his buddies, so he's quite fancy with me. Much as it pleases me to see you again, hero, I cannot help but wonder if I should be worried. I hear you and yours have been asking questions. The Griffin, I know of him, as do we all. He and his masks have become a leading faction within the Resistance. Though there was suspicion at first given his secretive ways, he quickly proved himself a charismatic and capable commander. Men are drawn to his passion and his vision. They truly believe that he has what it takes to lead them to victory. Even I cannot help but admire the man for what he's accomplished, but I have not forgotten Wilred. I was blind to the danger of his ambitions, and you were not. The Griffin will soon deliver his speech to our people at the sunken temple of Karn. Go and see him with your own eyes, weigh his words with your own heart. How convenient. 'Tis but a pity Thancred is not here to join us. Another convenience. You two go on ahead. I shall stay behind and wait for him. Sometimes I hate, like, cave towns because they're difficult to navigate. There we go. Has it begun already? I hear voices coming from within. Hopefully this one's voiced. I want that dude's helmet.
Brothers and sisters! 20 years ago, Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire. In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled. Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same. We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out, building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country, or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery. The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight. They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us, and they have murdered us, but no more! Blood demands blood, and the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands! This I promise you, for we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Alamigan standard raised over the mountains of Gia Arbania once more!
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that. Wait, is that...
Huh.
What are you two doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
Well, well, this is quite the surprise.
If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel...
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
For it is not strength of arm,
Hey, we found more scions.
but strength of heart.
Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well. And you, though it was pretty obvious you and Hero would be fine. The Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided as they were and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea. But if you truly believe that, forgive me. What exactly have you two been doing all this time? We're paying a favor. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Ul'dah, and we would not have been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance. That's right. They smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in Little Alamigo, all a great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a while. When we learned of the Scion's exoneration, that Lolorito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves, and that General Raban had been reinstated, we resolved to make contact. But having long since discarded our link pearls as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to a courier. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, that you never received it. To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the masks are happy to let the refugees spread the word within the community, they are pretty strict about communicating with the outsiders. Oh, and we also heard a rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs. The Griffin mistrusts the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Curious, it is well known that we are no friends to Garlemald. One would think that men we saw beseeching all and sundry to join his cause would welcome our support. I should say that the man you saw was not in fact the Griffin, but an impersonator, and a talented rabble-rouser to boot. It would not surprise me if he were responsible for the majority of these public appearances. As you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. It's hard to know what to make of it all. The secrecy, the impersonators, the masks... What? It's not as if I'm making all of you wear one. And mine only covers half my face. It's completely different. Anyway, when you heard the Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the... to get a better sense of the man. For all the good it did. And now you have heard the whole of it, but tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the Griffin? Summoning? You're not serious, I can't believe it. The Resistance would never even entertain such a ridiculous plan, but the Griffin, well, the man is an enigma. Cannot say with any confidence what he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. The masks have made many such claims of late. I confess I had assumed it to be mere bluster, but in the context of the shipments of which you spoke, it is not impossible that they are alluding to a primal. Whatever it is, we'll find out together, and if anyone tries to stop us, they'll answer to me. Indeed, that is, assuming you'll have us. Well, of course. So we are pretty much whole again. Honorable heroes. Ooh, what's the rewards? Spell speed and crit. That's not bad. Skill speed and determination. Meh. Direct hit and determination. That's not bad either. We'll go with the spaghetti pescatore. If, as you suspect, the Griffin is indeed plotting to summon a primal, we must needs obtain confirmation while there is yet time to act. To that end, I propose we question his double. Given his role as the group's de facto mouthpiece, I should not be surprised if he were one of the Griffin's closest associates. And while he may not be aware of the most sensitive details, he could probably tell us of the mass plans in broad strokes. Like the man whom he impersonates, however, he is wary to outsiders. He will not expose himself without a suitable incentive. My plan is as follows. You and Alphino oppose as adventurers fallen on hard times, inspired by his words to take up arms for a noble cause. Ida and I, as members of the Resistance, will recount tales of your past achievements and testify as to your usefulness in the struggles ahead. With our enthusiastic assurances still ringing in his ears, he will decide to welcome you in person, and we will arrange a meeting. You will need to look the part that we might maintain the charade. Until we have him cornered, at least. Here, this should be enough to purchase suitable garments from Talabot and to have him rub a respectable amount of dirt on them for good measure. Any questions? That all seems simple enough. Thank you. And with that, hero, let us be off. I gotta go to Talabot. Eh? You want to buy what? I don't know what you're up to, but I want no part of it. Take my coin. Well, if you're the ones with the gill and seeing as your friends of Papalimo, there, tunic and slops for the both of you, tailored and treated to your tastes. Now off with you before someone sees us together. Clothes maketh the man, as they say. Right then. I will go and change and see you at the spot Papalimo marked on our maps. This is the second time I've had to do this. Except the last time I did this, it was with Thancred. Alright. Do I have the time for this? I don't think I do. Alright, so. This one is part 71. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for joining me, buddy. I hope you join me for the noon one in a little bit. Of course, we had our Robo poster just a little bit ago. Gotta have those every time. But anyways, thank you all for watching all these in the future. If you'd like to go ahead and give me a thumbs up by hitting that like button. If you're not a subscriber, you can go ahead and subscribe, people with content on my channel. Comment down below tell me what you think about the game and my gameplay, though no spoilers, please. Oh. Well, hopefully everything's alright, buddy. And I do hope to see you in the next video. I hope to see you all in the next video as well. And also, I hit 60 subscribers. Sweet. I'm getting there. Slowly but surely. Soon I might be able to hit them triple digits with the subs. Be really nice. Anyways, catch y'all later. Bye.